So we'll discuss about the features of Linux. Okay, before discussing about the operating system, how to install operating system, see, in order to work with shell scripting, in order to execute scripting, first of all, we need to install operating system, right? So why Linux or Unix when we already have Windows? Why we are going with this Linux operating system? So the features of Linux I will explain now. Why people are switching to Linux, why technologies are coming with the Linux operating system. So that features we'll discuss. So first is open source. So Linux is open source. It means source code we get along with the operating system. So no need to pay any amount for license key. Operating system is free to everyone. So that is the first advantage, first feature. So is it Windows same means no. Windows operating system, if you want to install means they will charge for the operating system. Nowadays, if you're purchasing a new laptop, they are charging extra 2 to 3,000 for operating system, Windows operating system, because Windows is licensed. So they'll charge for the license. Okay, in organizations also depends on number of computers, like single user, 3 users, 5 users, depends on number of computers you have, they'll charge for the operating systems license key. So the first advantage of Linux is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system, and source code you will get in documentation, and the documentation is editable. Source code you will get in edit with edit permissions. So what is the use of that means? If you want to modify your operating system, you can modify the operating system. If you want to do any changes, if you want to create your own commands, if you want to change the complete view of your operating system also, you can change, because source code is editable. Okay, but if you know C++ 100%, then only we can edit source code. Generally, we don't need to do that. Okay, so the first option is, the first feature is open source. It means source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. If you want, we can modify the operating system also. We can edit the documentation, source code. And second feature is multitasking. Multitasking means we can do multiple tasks at a time. Nowadays, this feature is available in all the operating system, not only in Windows. So not only in Linux, in Windows also, we can run multiple tasks. We can install applications, we can watch movies, we can listen the songs, we can run multiple applications at a time. It is possible in Windows also, not only in Linux. So the feature is there in Linux also. I'm repeating. First is open source, means source code we get along with the operating system. So we can modify the operating system as per our requirement. Operating system is free to everyone. And second is multitasking. It means we can run multiple applications at a time. And third is multi-user. See, there are three types of operating systems. There are three types of operating system. Single user, single task, single user, multitask, and multi-user, multitask. So there are three types of operating system. So single user, single task. It means only one user can log in into the operating system and that user can perform only one task. If they open one application, in the same time they want to run another application, they cannot run. Only one task it can do at a time. That is called single task. And also one user only can log in at a time. Okay, so example for single user, single task is DOS operating system. DOS stands for disk operating system. I'm repeating, single user, single task. Only one user can log in and that user can perform only one task. Example, DOS, disk operating system. That is the first operating system. And next one is single user multitask. Here also, only one user can log in at a time. How many users list it is showing when you switch on the machine? How many users list it is showing? Still, you can log in into one user only. But that user can perform multiple tasks. They can listen the songs, they can watch movie, or they can run multiple applications. They can do whatever they want. But only one user at a time. If they want to log in into another user means first they will log out from one user, then they will log in into another user. Example, Windows. The next one is multi-user multitask. Multi-user multitask means multiple users can log in at a time and that users can perform multiple tasks at a time. At a time, multiple users can log in. For 40,000 users can log in at a time and every user can perform their own task. Okay, example for this is Linux. Multi-user, multitask. So these are the types of operating systems we have. So multi-user, multitask, that is also feature in Linux. So open source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free. Multiple tasks can be done at a time. Multi-users can log in at a time. And next one is portability. It means can be installed in all hardware environment. It doesn't require any specific hardware environment. Linux supports any hardware environment. It works with any hardware environment. So for example, if you want to install AIX server, it requires only IBM architecture. It works only with IBM architecture. Okay, if you want to install Solaris, we need Sun architecture. But Linux, it works with any hardware environment. Not only Linux, some other operating system also works with any hardware environment. And also, it works with least hardware environment. It works with least hardware environment. Very less capacity of RAM. Less processor is there. And very less capacity of hard disk is there. Still, you can go with Linux. And next one is scalability. Scalability means same operating system can be used on the desktop PC to supercomputer. Operating system is same. See, if you go with Windows, there are two types of operating system. Client operating system, server operating system. Client means which requests for the services. Server means which provides requested services. In Windows, there are two types of operating systems. Client operating system and server operating system. So, client operating systems are different, server operating systems are different. Client operating systems means we have client operating systems like uh, NT, no, yeah, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11. These are the client operating systems. Server operating systems means we have server operating systems like NT, 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016. These are the server operating systems. So it means In Windows, operating systems are different for clients and servers. Now, if you install client operating systems, there you cannot configure any server configurations. Again, we need a separate PC for server. But in Linux, it is not like that. Operating system is same for client and server. Operating system is same. So what operating system we are using? A normal desktop PC or laptop, same operating system in real time also we use. So scalability, that is also advantage here. So same operating system can be used in normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Okay, now assume you installed operating system just for your normal use, like you're creating files, you're creating folders, you're storing the data. All of a sudden, if you want to install server, server configuration you want to do, no need to remove client operating system because there is no separate operating system for clients. In the same operating system, you can configure servers also. So that is also advantage. Actually, these all points practically if you want to know means in Linux administration you will get all the points. So here I'm just giving the features of Linux. Why people are switching for the Linux. What are the advantages are there comparing to other operating system. Only that information I'm giving here. But this all practically if you want means that will be covered in Linux administration course. Okay. And next one is reliability. Reliability means so large servers has been successfully been running without a single second of downtime. No downtime 24/7. No need to restart the computer. If you install something, if you uninstall something, if you create something, no need to restart the computer in Linux. Without restarting the computer only, we can update everything. So that is why it is reliable. And next one is secure. Linux is secure. Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. IP table is nothing but firewalls. In Windows, we call firewall. Here we call IP tables. IP tables are used to secure networking files. SE Linux, Secured Enhanced Linux. It is used to secure local files. So firewalls we have in Windows also. If you want to enable, you can enable. If you want to disable, you can disable in Windows and Linux also. Okay. And Linux is secure. One reason is IP tables. And Linux is secure because Linux works with command line interface. Without knowing command, someone cannot access our computer. They cannot create anything. They cannot delete anything. They cannot even enter into our operating system. Okay. So Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Next, Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. No next finish. No auto runs in Linux. It doesn't support exe files. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot log in into any user account. If you click on user, if you give username, whatever we do, we cannot enter into the user without giving the password. So Linux is secure. Linux is secure. There is no setup files here. If you want to configure any servers, any application, any softwares you want to install, there is no setup file. Everything you will get as a configuration file. We need to configure everything manually. So what we configure as an administrator, our system accepts that only. And Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. In Linux, we can encrypt our files. Text files we can encrypt by assigning password. Once the file is encrypted by assigning password, if someone is trying to check the content of our file, it will show the content in encrypted format, which no one can understand. And if someone is trying to enter into our file, it will ask for the password. Without password, we cannot enter into the file. Okay, so Linux is secure. I'm repeating, Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Without commands, no one can access our computer. Next, Linux is secure because Without password, we cannot access our user accounts. Password authentication is compulsory for every user. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. Linux is secure, we can encrypt the files by assigning password. And Linux is secure because there is no setup files, no next finish, no auto runs. Everything we need to configure manually. So these are the few reasons why Linux means. Is the point so clear? Is this points are clear, everyone? Can someone respond?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Am I going fast? My voice is audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Fine. Is the features are clear, everyone?
Yes, yes.
So these are the few reasons why Linux is secure means. So why we are installing Linux operating system for practical purpose means these are the reasons. And all the features step by step, every feature practically in Linux administration you will get. I mean, you are not going for Linux classes, no? Here few practically few I will show, like multitasking, multi-users, and how to log in into multiple users, how to encrypt a file, that I will show here also. In further session, in basic classes, I will show that also. So these are the few reasons why Linux means. Is the points are clear, everyone? If you can't speak, please message me in chat box. I will check the chat box. If you want, I will repeat also points. So these are the features of Linux. And one more thing is Linux came from Unix source code. Linux came from Unix source code. Unix is 100% written with C language and which is released in 1973. Okay, so not only the Linux, see, Unix, using Unix source code only, Linux operating system came. Linux came from Unix source code. Unix source code is open to everyone. Using Unix source code, everyone can release their own operating system. If you work with Unix, you can work with Linux. If you work with Linux, you can work with Unix because source code is same. Most of the commands are the same, only view is different. Linux came from Unix source code only. Not only Linux operating system, some other vendors also released their own operating systems using Unix source code. So these are the vendors and these are the operating system who are using Unix source code. Okay, so Linux introduced in 1990 by the person Linux Torvalds, and he handed that operating system to OSF organization, which is called Open Source Organization. And these are the distributors of Linux. Not only Red Hat Linux, we have different distributors for Linux. These are the distributors we have in Linux. And these are the versions of Linux. How we have versions in Windows like 95, 98, ME, NT, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 4, like that. How we have versions? Here also we have versions. Okay, so these are the free editions and these are the commercial editions. What is the difference between free edition and commercial edition? Means from the year 2000 onwards, they introduced commercial editions. 2003 onwards, they release commercial editions. In commercial edition also, operating system is free only. Here also operating system is free only. Then what is the difference means they will charge for the technical support. If you want technical support from Red Hat means they will give commercial editions and they will charge technical support for that. But operating system is free. Okay, so these are the versions we have in Linux and features of Linux. Is clear everyone? Can someone respond? Features of Linux are clear?
Yes.
Done. And tomorrow I'll show the file system hierarchy model. It means once we install the operating system, what are the directories you will get by default? That I will show tomorrow class. Okay, and once that is completed, I will show how to install the operating system. Okay, once operating system is installed, daily labs will be there. So first I will show the basics of Linux. In basics of Linux, very basic commands I will show. Once that is completed, we'll go for the next topics. One by one, everything I will cover. And as I told, whatever the commands I'm executing here, everything I will share the notes. Okay, to Telegram group. I think yesterday I told, I think we'll create a Telegram group separately for our branch. In the Telegram group, I will send the notes. Whatever the commands I execute, I will send the notes to the Telegram group. If you want to ask me anything, you can ask me in regularly classes also. Any doubts are there, you can ping me on Telegram group too. Whenever you are doing the practicals, any confusion, any mistakes or output is not coming, you can ping me there also. Okay.
Ma'am,
So
we are
this
done
is
for
for,
the day.
yes, yes. This is for
Only
today's
30,
session. Well,
only 30 minutes.
yeah,
ma'am.
you can ask.
Only 30 minutes the classes will be there.
Sorry?
Ma'am, only 30 minutes classes will be
No, no,
there.
no. Daily classes will be 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. as these are the demo sessions, right? I completed
Okay.
one day topic. I can start another second day topic also. But as these are the demo sessions,
Okay,
I'll
okay,
not
got
give
it.
all the concepts at a time.
Okay, ma'am.
Only I think two more classes they will give for the demo. After that, regular classes. Tomorrow I'll take long time. File system, I will discuss the file system hierarchy model. The directories what we get along with the operating system.
Okay, got it, ma'am. Thank you.
I'll explain about this directories. So it will take time. But regular class timing is 1 hour, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. So this is for today's session. Thank you for the session. And those who have any doubts, you can clarify. You can ask me. I will clarify the doubts.
I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
So I have a little experience using Unix, like shell scripting a little bit. I know the basics, like how to edit files, how to use byAnjireddy and stuff like that. But for the operating system, like you said, I use MacBook. So can I use my terminal for this course? Or would you recommend like downloading a different interface?
You want to use what?
So for us to like do labs and practices, what would you what would you want us to use? Because I use terminal in my laptop.
Yes, yes, you can. You can.
Terminal is fine to use.
Terminal you want to use?
Yeah, I've been using that to practice UNIX so far. So I was wondering if I
Yes,
can
yes,
use
you
that
can.
for this
You
class
can.
too.
You can. You can do that.
Okay, thank you.
And here I will show installation in VMware software. Linux installation in VMware software. Here I will show.